Hey, so I don't really do this that often, but because I don't tend to hold on to makeup that I'm like so not into. But these are honestly like products that I've tried to make work for me, or they're fine. Yeah. So we're gonna be doing products that I just think are overhyped, and they're basically all high end, and I think that's like the biggest crime of them all. All right, so first up I want to start off with skincare. Now, just to preface, I don't like hate these products. I actually kind of like these products. This is the Ola Henriksen vitamin C stuff, Banana Bright things. So we have the Banana Bright vitamin C serum, Banana Bright eye cream, and the Truth serum. I actually really like these products as like a part of my daily routine. The problem is I cannot wear these under makeup. Even if I just use the eye cream on its own, or the Truth serum on its own, or this thing on its own, it like pills up. And like if I touch my face, it just kind of like pills up and it leaves that like sort of like plasticky, stringy, like saran wrappy feeling on your face. So if I try to put makeup on top of it, everything goes to shit. Or if I try to use like a primer on top of it or whatever. So I have seen a lot of like beauty people use this stuff before they do their makeup, and I don't know how the fuck they're doing that unless they're just like removing it and then going in with their makeup, because it doesn't work. It doesn't fucking work. I've tried to use them together, I've tried to use them separately, and it just doesn't work, which is a shame because I love these products. So I do use them, but I use them when I'm not going to be wearing makeup. All right, next up is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I've definitely talked about this a bunch of times. Again, it's not a product that I hate. I don't hate it, I like it, but it doesn't do like what people say it does. It just doesn't. I like it as a setting spray. I don't really see a difference between any setting sprays unless they're like ridiculously oily, like a Fix Plus or what else? The new Rare Beauty one is like very, very dewy. That's really the only like difference I'll see is like matte versus dewy. I don't really find that any setting spray really makes my makeup last. And this is another one where, have you seen those like videos where people like do a full face of makeup, spray their faces with a setting spray, and then like dunk their face under water, and it's supposed to be like so waterproof? Bullshit. It doesn't really do that much. It sets your powders and that's about it, and that's why I like it. It doesn't make my face feel oily or even more matte, but it definitely isn't like setting my face so that it like is not gonna go anywhere. So it's like, it's good, but like, it's fine. You know what I mean? It's fine. Okay. I feel so weird saying this. Basically, any Anastasia palette I think is overhyped. Her shadows are good. Like, they're good, okay? I like rude. I like the formulas. This is the one by Jackie Aina. The only palette of Anastasia that I like want to keep using is Subculture, because I think they just did such a beautiful job with the color layout in that palette. I do like the formula. I know a lot of people like had some trouble with it. So it's not necessarily like formula is what I'm talking about, but pretty much any Anastasia palette, it looks beautiful, but I never reuse it. Never. Like I used this, wait, did I ever even fucking use this palette? Yeah, I did, but like, there's a bunch that I didn't even use. I used this one time, and that's it. And it's beautiful. Like I look at it and I'm like, ooh, very pretty. I use it one fucking time, and that's it. I don't know. It's just every Anastasia palette, all of them, even the ones that people love. I'm just like, this is so overrated. It's fine. Once again, it's fine. But I could like get any other palette. Unpopular opinion? Probably. While we're on the subject of eyeshadows, this one hurts me because I love a lot of them. I love a lot of them. And I love her, and I love her foundation. But Natasha Denona. My problem with the Natasha Denona palettes is that there's a lot of inconsistency in formula. The last one that I used, was it this one? I can't even remember. There was so much inconsistency, and I had a really hard time blending. And I know that a lot of people have had those problems. Considering the price of these palettes, I feel like that should not be an issue. Shouldn't be an issue, okay? Another thing is, When you're comparing the Natasha Denona to the Pat McGrath palettes, the Natasha Denona formulas are fine. Like, they're good. A lot of them are good. And sometimes there's inconsistencies, and that's where it's fucked up. The Pat McGrath palettes, not only are the shadows beautiful, the formulas are beautiful, the packaging is a work of art. The outer box, a work of art. The actual palette, a work of art. All of it. There's so much that goes into all of it. The Natasha Denona palettes they're plastic. They're fine. But this isn't a work of art. It just looks like another palette to me. So it's overrated. There's a reason I don't really make these videos or like hold on to makeup that I don't really like. I don't like talking shit about something. If I don't like it, then I'm just not going to use it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'll tell you. I'll hold on to more stuff and let you know if you want to see more of these. All right. Speaking of Pat McGrath, the foundation and the powder, I think they're fine. I think they're fine. I would compare them to pretty much any other foundation. I do not think that they are so amazing that they warrant the price. Now, the foundation bottle, stunning, if that's what you're paying for. The formula is nice. I like that it's like liquidy and lightweight, but I think they're fine. I don't think that they're amazing. I would compare the powder to pretty much any other powder. If I put down a little bit too much, it makes me way too dry, way too cakey. If I don't use enough, it doesn't really work. Also, the lightest powder is like really, really pink. So I also have a really hard time. This is actually my tan shade. The light one is like, I have a really hard time finding my undertone. So like that isn't even a thing that like adds any bonus points to it. It's fine. They're fine. And that's it. I would not say that you need to buy them. All right, now we're going into powders. Hourglass ambient lighting powders. This sucks because I want these to work for me so badly. Pretty much any Hourglass product, I want it to work. This is ambient lighting infinity powder. It looks like this. Basically, it's a face powder, maybe, you know? But when I swatch it, it's like, here's the thing. It has like a fine pearl. It's like a pressed translucent powder, basically, with slightly fine pearl. But then there are like glittery specks in here. So it's too shiny to use as like an under eye setting powder. But it's not quite matte enough to use as like a face powder. But it's too matte and too chalky to use as a highlight. So to me, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I just don't know. I never know. I'm always like, that's so beautiful. Like, I love the packaging. I love the marbling. It's beautiful. But what the fuck do I use it for? And I've tried to use it underneath my eyes. It's not a good idea. I've never tried to, well, I did try to use it to highlight one time and I ended up going in with another highlighter. I just don't get it. Can someone explain this to me? Another powder. This is another one. Pains me to say. Charlotte Tilbury powder. I don't get it. I don't get it. The formula seems, this is what sucks. The formula seems stunning. Stunningly beautiful. But it gets so dark when you put it on your skin. The second I apply it to my skin, it just looks so dark. It also has such like pinky undertones. It just does not, which doesn't make any sense because when I look at this, which one is this? This is number 2. When I look at it, I'm like, oh, that's perfect for me, right? Perfect. No, dude. So dark. I tried to use this to set my under eyes one time. They were brown. I was like, what? I have the light one. I went out and I bought the light one. I think it's right here, unless this is a blush. No, I bought number 1. She only has 3, I think. And I was like, this has gotta work. No, same deal. Too pinky. And when I put it down on my skin, it just makes this whole, like I tried to use it in the center of my face, it just made everything look dark. What? So disappointed. I just don't get it. Once again, I don't get it. I don't get it. Apparently I have a problem with powders. The last one I want to talk about is the MAC Studio Fix powders. Once again, similar to the Charlotte Tilbury powders, I got 2 of these. I got NC10 and then I got NC20, I think. And I wanted to use these for like extra coverage. I know a lot of people will like set their face with it. A lot of makeup artists like rave about these. But what I noticed from like attending master classes where professional makeup artists are using these kinds of products, they're not matching the person like correctly. A lot of the time, like red carpet makeup artists are correcting the rest of like the skin that you're seeing to match the makeup. So they get as close as they can, but then they like do all this foundation and powder and like bronzer and stuff on the chest or on their arms. Like you've probably seen, you know, when Kim Kardashian, or if you watch Kardashians, like when she's getting ready for the red carpet and they're like doing her arms and her shoulders and her back and whatever. But it's like not realistic for like real life. These shades don't match at all. Like it's so, I don't know if you can even see that. How pink that looks on my skin. It's like insane. It makes my olive skin like pop even more, which is crazy, but like I can't find my undertone. Yeah, I don't get it. All right, those are all the products that I currently own that I think are just like overhyped. Not necessarily that they suck, some of them do. A lot of them I use, but they're just like not as incredible as people think they are or say they are. So if you were thinking about any of these, if you were thinking about like making an investment in any of them, just be warned. Now you know like what I don't like about it, and hopefully it'll help you like help inform your decisions. I do want to do a video on like underrated makeup. That's typically, the majority of them are going to be like very affordable. So let me know if you want to see that, because I think it'll be a good contrast to this video. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Wow. I've been talking so much. The lipstick that I'm wearing is Ribbon. It's Lisa Eldridge's new, well, she launched a bunch of new lipsticks, and this is one of them. You guys, is that not the most stunning color you've ever seen in your entire life? All right, I gotta go.